How to prevent employees from wasting work hours on social media, surfing porn and screwing around. Now, you may have good people and think they would never ever do such a thing. However, even good people can be led astray. I'm a firm believer in trusting your team and not putting too many rules and regulations in place, as this is often seen as micromanaging and great team members or employees will not accept it or deal with it. Having said that, you also need to make sure that you control what websites your team members and employees visit. Wasting precious work hours browsing news websites and social media is something I have been guilty of in the past when I was working for others. I'm still working on getting better at it, however I've had to find ways to force myself off these websites. They drain the teams and my productive output. You may be asking, how is that possible? Well, as I learned from one of my mentors' training programs, every interruption in our day can take the amount of time on that distraction itself, then times that distraction time by 23 minutes and 15 seconds, just to get yourself back to where you were before that interruption. This is a 25 times negative impact on you and your team's productive output, and this is directly coming off your bottom line. If you'd like to learn more about this training, reach out to me or my team and we'd be happy to introduce you. Now, imagine for a moment you, the equity partner, principal or director of a professional services firm, one of your employees has been screwing around, browsing unrelated websites or social media or, shock horror, porn on your dollar. Ask yourself this: would you be impressed with their lack of productivity if you tasked them with working on a very important matter for a very important client who you personally promised an outcome to and it's not been done? How would you be feeling then? Now, I know there's also legitimate reasons you or some of your team may need access to certain websites. Your marketing and or business development team will need access to social media for business-related activities. You and your team may be involved in criminal or human resources or commercial matters where access to certain sites is required for research purposes. You may want to allow them access during certain hours of the day, for example, lunchtime. So, how do you prevent employees wasting work hours on social media, surfing porn and screwing around? Likely not going to want to hear this, however you need to get the culture right in your firm. With the right culture and an engaged team, your employees will not be wasting time on social media, surfing porn and screwing around. It goes without saying, you have to lead by example within your firm. Don't ask others to do something that you're not currently doing or willing to do yourself. As one of my mentors liked to say, the fish rots from the head. This goes back to that training that I mentioned earlier. You also need to have in place an advanced next generation firewall, which you can think of like a smart bouncer at a pub or bar making decisions on who to allow in. It is able to classify not just websites but also internet applications. This firewall then needs to be configured to only allow access to the websites and applications needed by you and your team to directly do your work. Naturally, there are certain websites that you want to block outright, including porn, malicious websites and a range of others that are unnecessary distractions to you and your team. Unfortunately, hackers and cybercriminals are compromising legitimate websites hourly and using them to host their various phishing campaigns and act as the brains for their nefarious operations. The only way to prevent you and your team falling victim to this is with an advanced next generation firewall using what is known as website filtering that classifies sites and then allows us, your IT services company, to block access to the bad one. Obviously, you want to work with an IT services company with extensive cybersecurity experience that understands the impact that the websites and applications can have on your organisation and which ones are relevant and those that are not. Naturally, and it goes without saying, there must be ongoing IT and cybersecurity services that are configured in a multi-layered approach across all your IT systems, either in-house, in the cloud or a hybrid system. The services must have guaranteed response times and you must know how long the data is going to be retained for. Things such as advanced next generation firewalls, cybersecurity protections and IT systems in general require constant care and maintenance for them to perform at an optimal level. This is not a one and done solution where you can just implement it and then forget about it. Would you buy a car and then never get it serviced by a mechanic at regular intervals? There are many new websites released hourly and many of them are malicious in nature. If you don't have the correct ongoing preventative maintenance in place, it's likely that you or your team will fall victim to these malicious websites and other cyber threats. Alternatively, you'll have a team that is wasting time browsing websites such as online shopping, job searching, sitting on social media all day, or potentially browsing porn, which all negatively affects your productive output, revenue, and ultimately your bottom line. My Infotech partner is a trusted IT services and IT support provider in Perth that specialises in protecting reputations and families' livelihoods with advanced cybersecurity services for legal, accounting and financial services firms, and is the only one that offers a never pay the ransom $10,000 money back guarantee. Attention professional services firm equity principals, partners or directors. Have you got questions about your reputation, family's livelihood, your current IT systems or concerns? Then let me invest into helping you protect what you've worked hard to build and buy you 17 minutes of my time with a micro training video titled How to Confidently Protect Your Legacy, Reputation and Livelihood Without Having to Stop Practicing Your Profession. To access this micro training, go to www.myinfotechpartner.com.au/PYL video or take out your mobile phone, open the camera app and then scan the QR code on the screen. Once on the page, just click or tap on the image or the Get Access button and just enter your first name, email address and then click the Submit button to receive instant access. As always, dedicated to protecting your reputation and family's livelihood. Thanks for watching, stay safe and have a great day.